Hello everyone. Now we are going to see class 500 over edge stitch. Over edge stitch, interlooped stitch type. Cost, labor cost less than 300 but requires more thread because this uh, stitch type is labor cost is less than that of 300. Durability, very extensible, strong safety stitch, very durable. Appearance, seam grain problem, not likely to occur. Comfort, less comfort than 300 because it is bulky. So, unless soft thread is used, somewhat bulky. Limitation can be used only on edges. This stitch type used only on edge finishing. A special feature, stitch seam, trim, and finish edge. Simultaneously widely used in knitwear industry, especially this stitch type used for knitwear industry. 500 stitch class. Under this class, there is 503, 504, so on. This stitch type, the top one is this one, like this design, and the bottom one is this one. This stitch formed by one needle thread and one looper thread with purl and edge of seam for serging or blinding him only. This stitch type used for serging or blinding him only. Stitch type 504, a 2 looper and 1 needle. 3 thread overlock, has 1 needle thread and 2 looper thread, has excellent extension and does not unravel easily. Used for serging to stop fabric frying and for joining 2 or more plies together. This type of stitch is used to join 2 or more plies of fabric or materials using 2 looper and 1 needle. Stitch type is like that. The needle type is this one. 3 threads. 3 threads like this. Stitch 5-4, however, this is not tight stitch and seam security could be a problem. Bulky seam. This one is a bulky seam finish. The stitch type 500 well, mock safety stitch. It has 2 needle and 2 looper thread. Very good extension. Will not unravel easily. Side seams, join panels, attach sleeves, join shoulder extra. These are using for to join side seams or joining panel, attaching sleeve and joining shoulders are using a stitch 500 tail. It can be used on knitted fabric, t-shirt, polo, or on swimming wear and on aerobic wear or cycle pants are using this type of stitch. Where there is a need for a secure seam, that is very good extension. These are easily stretchable type of stitch. So mostly used for knitted fabric. Somewhat it is used for side seam and joining panels, joining sleeves and shoulders. Also use this type of stitch. 512 is more secure than 504. 3 thread overlock but less secure than 516, 5 thread safety stitch. This one is stitch type, a 2 looper and 2 needle. This was needle thread. This one is thread also, 4 thread. So totally when you see this stitch type, or design from two thread from looper and two thread from needle. Stitch type 514. This stitch type is with two needle thread and two looper thread. With the looper thread form a purl on the edge of the seam. And 514 both needles enter the upper looper, preferred over 512 stitch because it is chains of beta. This is a combination of different stitch type, 503, 401, or 515. It is equal. The top view of the stitch is this one. The top view of the stitch 515, or the combination of 503 and 401, and the bottom one is like this. 515, or the combination of 503 and 401. The combination stitch consists of a single needle chain stitch, 401, and two thread over each stitch, 503, that are formed simultaneously. Use less thread than 516 stitch. However, many manufacturers prefer as 516 stitch. The stitch type 516, the combination of 504 plus 401. 5 thread safety stitch has two needle thread and three looper threads. The combination stitch has two stitch types in one, 504 and 401. Good extension or good stretchable, very strong. If not fit, the other can absorb the strain. This one is 401 and this one is 504. The combination of the two. The combination of the two. This is 560. 560 used for joining panels where seam stretch is critical, or joining seams where security of seam is important. Jeans inside legs, side seams, and sleeves on shirt overall are using this type of stitch. High seam elasticity. High seam elasticity. This one 401, one looper, one needed. This one is two looper, one needed. 503. So the total combination 560. Class 500 over edge stitch, odd number 501, break open stitch, use edge finish and hem rather than forceps. Even number stitch type 500 to 504, much tighter needle thread, holds two layers fabric at actual seam layer. Stitch class 600 or flat seam stitch. This stitch is formed with two or more groups of thread, and for general characteristics has two groups, cover the raw edge of both surfaces of the material. This stitch type or flat seam stitch type is or it has two groups of thread, and this thread covers the raw edge of both surfaces of the material. Loop of first group of the thread are passed through the loop of the third group already cast on the surface of the material, and then through the material, where they are interlooped with loop of the second group of the thread on the underside of the material. Class 601 has only two groups of thread, and function of third group is performed by one of the thread in the first group. Group or stitch 601, it is under group 600 or a flat cover stitch. So this types of stitch is or has only two groups of thread, and function of the third group is performed by one of the thread in the first group. Description of this stitch type is it is a cover stitch interlooped Its cost is or labor cost is less than 300 but requires more thread. Durability very extensible and strong. Appearance several threads show face and back, not likely to the poker. Comfort less comfort than 300 and less soft thread is used. Stitch somewhat bulky but some often not. Limitation stitch flat seams. A special feature of this 600 stitch class is to join overlapping edge, cover top and bottom of seam simultaneously. This stitch type special feature is to join overlapping edge and cover the top and the bottom of the seam simultaneously. This is a class 600 or cover stitch. You see this one. Component of this stitch is a needle thread must be, looper thread it must, and cover thread should be. So the property of this cover stitch or 600 is high elasticity, seam neat, flat seam stitch, and it is bulk, fast machine speed, no need to wind bobbin, greater thread consumption. This is the property of this class 600. A stitch type 600. The application of this 600 is cover stitch for decorative purpose, and it can be used to join two row edges and suitable for knitted garments. Especially this type of stitch is suitable for knitted fabric because it is more stretchable for other stitch types. Stitch type 602, it is under group 600. This stitch type is cover seam stitch. It has two needle and one looper and one spreader, which can be used for stitch to cover the join between binding and the garment neck of knits, especially if the garment is knit. It is used to join between two bindings of the garment. It is used for a decorative stitch in nightgown and sweatshirt. This stitch type used for the decorative stitch, especially in the nightgown and sweatshirts. This stitch type or stitch type 600 uses one looper, one spreader, one looper. The lower one is one looper and two needle. The red thread is two needle, and the another blue part is spreader. So by using of this four thread, this type of stitch uses to cover the joining between binding and garment, especially in neck of the knit. So it is used to decorative stitch, especially in nightgown and sweatshirts. Another type is 605. This stitch type utilizes three needle thread, one looper and one cover thread. Used to knit wear, especially linger and undergarment. High seam elasticity. It has high seam elasticity. And also flat comfortable seams can be or can also be used in decorative seam. Especially this group or class 600, 601, 605 and others used to most of the time for decorative and for edge finishing. 600 uses a three needle and one looper, one spreader. This one is looper, the lower one is a looper, as the red part of the thread is needle thread, and the yellow and the blue one is spreader. So by using of this thread, this stitch type 600 uses to the knitwear and also the underwears or undergarments. And also this stitch type is very high thread consumption because it has a 5 thread, looper thread, spreader thread, and 3 needle thread. So it is high to consume the thread consumption. So a needle looper spreader configuration, a stitch type, this one, needle, bobbin, looper and spreader. A stitch type local stitch 301. It uses one needle, one bobbin only. It doesn't use looper and spreader. Especially local stitch types also use only a needle and a bobbin. Chain stitch 101. This stitch type uses a needle and looper, one needle and one looper. And chain stitch 401 uses one looper, one needle and one looper. Overlock or 504 stitch type uses one needle and two looper. A Moki safety stitch or 512, two needle and two looper. Overlock 540, two needle and two looper. Safety stitch 516, two needle, three looper. Cover seam or 406, two needle, one looper. 407 or cover seam, three needle, one looper. 602, two needle, one looper and one spreader. The only stitch type which can be used spreader is 600 or class 600 group. 602, 605, 607. Those are using looper, spreader, and needle. 602 uses two needle and one looper and one spreader. 605 or 605, three needle, one looper and one spreader. 607 uses four needle and one looper and one spreader. So these are a needle looper or spreader of configuration in each type of stitch. These are stitch forming device that are using for stitch forming. This one is a hook, which can be used for a lock stitch or 300, class 100, 300, 301, looper, and spreader. A spreader, more of class 600, uses this spreader. A stitch quality. A stitch quality is measured with a stitch size, a stitch tension, a stitch sequence, elongation, elasticity, resilience, fabric distortion, yarn surveillance, and abrasive strings. These are stitch quality measured should be by these 9 important points. Thread consumption. Thread consumption could be the amount of thread present in the given garment. A sewer should measure the thread or the sewing thread by using of amount of thread present in a given garment and amount of thread consumed while making one garment and amount of thread requires to complete a given order quantity. So these are to measure the thread consumption, amount of thread present in a given garment and amount of thread consumed while making one garment and amount of thread required to complete a given order quantity. These are the methods or the thread consumptions. Thread consumption is affected by stitch type, seam type, material thickness, number of fabric place, construction, machine type or UBT, operator efficiency, and stitch per inch. So these are the thread consumption should be affected by these points. Thank you. That is all about chapter 4.